Charlotte's housing market is in a unique position. High demand, tight supply, but tons of new construction, and rising mortgage rates. Is this the calm before the storm? Stay tuned. We're going to dive into that topic and much more. Let's get into it. I'll be right back.
Sean Gerald, Charlotte's new construction expert, helping you find the best dirt.
All right, my friends, so if you are new to the channel, my name is Sean Gerald. I am a local Charlotte native. Yep, you probably see that unicorn growing out of my head. If you ever visited Charlotte, you know how rare it is to actually run into somebody like me that actually grew up here, born and raised in the greater Charlotte metro. But here I am. Guys, I'm going to welcome you back to the channel. Now, if you're new, I'm a local real estate agent. I'm an investor, Airbnb host. If you're a real estate agent, I am a brokerage owner with Lifestyle International Realty. And guys, listen, we talk about all things real estate on this channel. And today, we're going to dive into the Charlotte real estate market as it relates to the economy, the recession, jobs, you name it, and its impact on the greater Charlotte metro. Now, it doesn't matter if you move into this area in 9 days, 9 weeks, or 9 months. I am here to serve you and your family. Speaking of service, real quick, boom, let me get that to all my Marines out there. I'm a U.S. Marine. Thank you guys for your service. If the Marine Corps wouldn't take you, I'm so sorry, but thank you for your service anyway. Simplify to all my hard charges out there. Let's get into it. So you may already be aware that housing often leads the economy in and out of a recession. Now, if you watch the news, listen, they are doom and gloom city. They always talk about recessions, the recessions on the horizon, while housing is what can lead us in and out of the next recession. Current housing stats are at 2020 recession levels nationally, okay? And with Charlotte mirroring this trend right now, it's an unusual trend. Construction employment hasn't dropped just yet, okay? Even in the Charlotte metro area, which remains a hub for new development, which, listen, I love it. If you guys watch this channel long enough, you know I've been showing you new construction homes and communities all over the city. And right now, the incentives, they are through the roof. So if you're not looking at new construction, you better call me right away so we can talk about what you are missing, okay? If those incentives go away, it could be trouble, okay? But right now, we've got them, all right? Now, employment is holding steady in this area as well. So a backlog of orders and long project timelines across Charlotte and the surrounding areas like Huntersville, Concord, Fort Mill, Monroe, Belmont, Davidson, okay, Mooresville, Charlotte, pick a place. You got backlogs everywhere. But the builders are doing as much as they can to kind of keep up with that, all right? They are subsidizing mortgages as well. So right now, I can tell you, Meritage Homes right now has an incentive going where they will offer you, if you're buying and you're using MTH mortgage, they're gonna give you up to $20,000 in seller paid closing costs. They're doing this to maintain demand and avoid layoffs. Nobody wants to see people get laid off or unemployed, all right? It's a common practice in growth markets like Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, you got local builders out here like Lennar, D.R. Horton, Toll Brothers, listen, True Homes. My God, Marriages, I could name so many of them. They are working around the clock to complete planned communities in these hotspots, guys. Ballantyne, Steel Creek, Waxhaw. I can keep naming builders and cities over and over. If you drive around the greater Charlotte metro, if you drive around where I live, right here in zip code 28262, DRB Homes, Dan Ryan Builders, they've got signs everywhere. They're grabbing land all over. Just in this area, I'm talking about a 1 mile radius around where I live. I've seen at least 4 new DRB communities popping up. Now, these are gonna all be townhomes, and the affordability should be great with these townhomes as well. So keep that in mind, that if you want to live in the Charlotte metro and you want some affordability, you may not be able to get a single family home. But if you like townhomes, that maintenance-free living, where they cover all the exterior for you, cut the grass, okay, make sure your roof is covered, your siding, all those things, you may want to get a townhome. The only drawback to that, of course, is going to be the monthly HOA fee and some of the restrictions that come with it. But it could be a great option for you if you want to stay in the city limits and get yourself a home. Dan Ryan Builders, my friend. Listen, if you come around, you're going to see a ton of their signs. Now, what is the Fed's role in all of this? Historically, the Federal Reserve has overlooked the housing market's role in stabilizing the economy. Existing home sales transfer commissions, but don't significantly affect job numbers in the Charlotte real estate markets. And now, what does that mean for you, right? That basically means that with an existing home, it's not necessarily creating jobs per se, right? Those homes are already there. Now, look, it helps me out. Real estate agents, okay, appraisers, lenders, people that work on the backside. It does help us out when you buy an existing home, but you don't have the same impact as you do when you're talking about new construction. All the people that are employed on the sites, okay, from the people that work in the office for these builders, the folks out there putting your roof on, okay, putting your trusses in, people that are doing your framing work, your carpenters. There's a lot of people that are employed because of high impact cities like the greater Charlotte metro, where you've got a ton of new construction going on. And I do mean it is a ton, my friends, okay? Now, when you talk about recent data, we're going to look here really specifically around the greater Charlotte metro. So median home prices around here right now, guys, right around $400,000. That's a December of 2024. Now, new construction homes, we're averaging a price point right around $450,000. The drawback to this, of course, is going to be smaller lots, but you do get those modern amenities. And I tell everyone, you got the warranties, okay? Most builders are going to give you at least a 1-year warranty on the front end and a 10-year structural warranty to go with that. To me, that's a win-win. I'd rather buy a new home and get all the incentives and get the warranties on the home than go in and buy somebody else's home that may or may not have taken care of that home. Now, my first home I bought, I wasn't home enough to take care of it, so we had a lot of stuff to do to get that home ready to sell. So more than likely, I'm going to always err on the side of getting a brand new home. As a matter of fact, permits for new construction in the Charlotte metro is actually up 3% year over year, reflecting very strong demand despite the high interest rates. And again, they can counter these things by offering, excellent incentives across the board. I haven't been to a single builder yet that's not offering at least $10,000 in seller paid closing costs. And the good thing about that money, you can use that for whatever you want. Your closing costs, you can't use it for your down payment, but you can use it for your closing costs or to buy down that interest rate. Now, you do have some restrictive, zoning policies, especially in uptown or areas like South End, where they limit high density builds. But for the most part, you're going to be able to find you a home around this area and negotiate greatly, especially with new construction, get some really good incentives. And even if you do decide to buy an existing home, I'm not against existing homes. I just like having the warranties that come with new construction. But existing home sellers, okay, they're getting kicked in the teeth right now. Ouch. They're getting kicked in the teeth. Okay, now, because their homes are on the market much longer than they expected, in a lot of cases, listen, these folks, in some cases, are unrealistic, okay? They're trying to sell their homes at COVID prices, and it just doesn't work. The rates, I'm not gonna call them high. The rates, if you saw my last couple of videos, interest rates have been as high as 18% back in the 1980s. The difference, though, is the home prices are higher. Well, now we're starting to stabilize around the greater Charlotte metro. And in some cases, some of the sellers need to really, truly just drop the price of their home if they do intend to get it sold, okay? The impact of mortgage rates, guys, has been, to some sellers, absolutely devastating, okay? Earlier this year, mortgage rates in the Charlotte area, and nationally, hovered right around 7.5%. Okay, they did drop into the 6s, but not for long, okay? This did help stave off layoffs in construction, all right? This helped out a lot, actually. But builders in the Charlotte metro, like in Mooresville, Indian Trail, they are seeing increased activity, okay? Especially when the rates fall. These areas are great, too, if you get out there. This does boost single-family home starts, and that's a boom and great for you when they do that, okay? Keeps the inventory up, all right? When the inventory's up, you got less competition. When you got less competition, right, the builders may be hurting. They may give you a deal, okay? All right? Higher rates could reduce new construction further. So we want to keep them down, potentially slowing growth in rapid growing areas like Lake Norman and out in Union County. If you saw my video about Union County, we talked about a small little town out in Union County called Wingates. A few videos back, it is the fastest growing area in the greater Charlotte metro, if not North Carolina, okay? Because of the home prices, the quality of living, you name it, okay? Go back and find that video about the fastest growing areas around the Charlotte metro, and one of them is actually out in Union County. So we talk about local insights and housing supply. New communities such as those in Harrisburg and in Davison. Harrisburg and Davison are amazing. I just wanted to share that with you. We'll be doing some spotlight videos in those areas too, okay? These are actually helping balance supply, but delays do persist due to high material costs. Guys, there's a lot of stuff that go into housing prices, things you don't even think about, okay? Material costs are certainly one of those things that are driving cost and driving into that high price, even though we've got those high interest rates. But again, our builders are trying to help you guys by giving you tons of money, basically paying you to come in and buy those homes. Now, the rise in remodeling projects do support the labor market as well, as homeowners do opt to improve instead of moving. So again, listen, in my industry, we thank you guys, okay? I'm just gonna stop right there. I'm gonna tell you thank you, because I couldn't do what I do without people like you calling me, looking to come to Charlotte to buy homes, people that wanna sell their homes, the contractors that call me up and say, hey, I've got a home for sale over here, told my client about you. I love you guys, and I'm really appreciative that you take the time to just call me, okay? I love when you call me up, okay? Because I like meeting people. I like taking care of my family too. And I like helping you support your dream as well. And right now, this could be the time, right? But there are some risks heading into 2025, my friends, all right? Completions outpacing new starts and permits, okay? Particularly in areas like South Charlotte and Matthews, where home prices, they're elevated because you do have great schools, but you gotta, listen, tax base as well in those areas is gonna be awesome, all right? If you can get into South Charlotte, if you can get into Matthews, you've done a good thing for yourself, all right? Builders in the Charlotte metro may start scaling back if demand does weaken due to higher rates. So please, Mr. Fed Chairman, okay? We're begging you, sir, all right? Can you help us out here? Can you bring down the rates for us, please? All right, we need you, all right? Builders in the Charlotte metro, okay, they need help too, all right? We love them, all right? Now, a softening new home sales could ripple into other sectors of the local economy, like retail and services that cater to new neighborhoods. Anytime I close a home, you've got cleaning crews everywhere, okay? You do. These people can't afford to be laid off. They need their work. Mr. Powell, get the rates down for us, sir, so that we can get busy again and people out there watching us on YouTube can start moving back to the Charlotte metro. Some of my Charlotteans are gonna be mad at me for that, okay? Got 117 people moving to the area a day. That's a damn lot of people. So let's talk about the advantages of Charlotte's market resilience, okay? You got proximity to major hubs like Uptown Charlotte. We got a great airport here, parks, lakes, listen, it's a great area. You all know that already. But you also have access back to Atlanta, for example. You also have access to the Research Triangle up 85, up in the Raleigh area. This all helps to stabilize demand because you've got an influx of young professionals relocating from higher cost states that keep our rentals booked and keep entry-level home in strong demand, which is pretty awesome. Infrastructure projects as well, such as our CATS light rail extension, continue to make Charlotte an attractive hub for long-term growth. As they continue to build that out, we're going to have more connectivity. Listen, the impact of I-485 and what it did to the greater Charlotte metro when it opened up, there were areas that I never traveled to because it just was too far. But now you've got toll roads. You've got I-485 that loops around the greater Charlotte metro and will drop you off anywhere that you can get to any one of the suburb cities around Charlotte. And I tell you what, it has made life a breeze for people that do live here. Now, here's some closing thoughts for you, my friend. While housing remains a wild card for the national economy and Charlotte's local market in 2025, the Fed will finally address the housing sector's critical role, or they will continue to overlook it. Jerome Powell, don't overlook it, sir, okay? we need help, all right? Locally, the Charlotte Metro is poised for resilience. But builders, policymakers, and buyers need to stay agile as we navigate what's ahead. This is a great time to get into the marketplace, okay? It is. I don't care if you're looking to invest in the Charlotte Metro. I don't care if you're looking for your first home, move up home, downgrade. It's a good time because a lot of people are scared. They've been told the sky is falling on them and that they should not invest in real estate. Well, we know the forecasts already tell us that we expect to increase appreciation anyway, home prices, okay, anywhere from 2.5% up to 4.5% over the next year, okay? Is your bank account going to do that for you? Is you renting a home going to do that for you? At any other time, guys, okay, except for COVID, you don't see builders offering the kind of incentives that they're giving right now. If the market changes and get better, rates come down, listen, prices come down, whatever that looks like, it's going to get very competitive. You got a lot of people that are on the sideline. You remember the COVID frenzy, okay, the pandemic frenzy, okay? It was insane. Multiple offers, people losing money left and right, bidding wars. You do not want to see that coming back. If you don't like the competition, you want to buy a home, you want to get into the marketplace, you want to get your investment property, right now is the time to negotiate. There's never been a better time to negotiate. I put an offer in just this morning, okay? $40,000 below the asking price. And they countered. Yeah, they did. But we're going to hold fast. We want the home for the price that we want. They've been on the market now for about 60 days. Maybe they're hurting, maybe not. But we're going to find out. My name is Sean Gerald with Lifestyle International Realty here in the greater Charlotte Metro. Love you guys. Hope you have a great day today. Let's get it. And call me, all right? My information is going to be in that description box below. Let's go get it.